praises to the Most High, Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit, being with me today and being with us. And this video I was doing only for my subscribers, about the fallen ones. And we're going to get down into it. The fallen one, and I'm going to quote the book of Enoch because I think it go hand in hand with that. The Bible, dealing with the fallen angels. And this is something I've been researching and looking at for a minute, with some other things that I'm going to bring out to y'all on other topics too. And alright, let's get down to it. The fallen ones. In the Bible, we're going to start from let's start from Revelation 12. Revelation 12 and 9. Starting with Revelation 12 and 9. Talk about Satan right quick. 12 and 9. And that great dragon was cast out, that old serpent called the devil and Satan, which deceived the whole world. He was cast out unto the earth, and his angels was cast out with him. All right, we know Satan and his angels were cast out with him. Just like Enoch, this detail that it was 200, a third or something. But we know Satan and his angels were cast out with him onto the earth. Okay, let's go to Genesis. Go back to Genesis now. Genesis 3. Gonna go to Genesis 3. Start at let's start at 14. Let's see what the Lord said. And the Lord said, and the Lord God said unto the serpent, because thou hast done this, thou art cursed above all cattle and above every beast of the field. And upon thy belly shall thou go, and the dust shall thou eat all the days of thy life. Here you go the point. And I will put enmity between thee and the woman, and between thy seed and her seed, and it shall bruise thy heel, and thou shalt bruise his heel. Bruise thy head, and thou shalt bruise his heel. That was the point. Because first he's going to put enmity between the woman and Satan, and then the seed of Satan and the seed of the woman. See where I'm going? See that? So we already know that when Satan fell, when he fell, him and his angels fell with him, right? Okay. We know he fell and the angels fell with him, cast out onto the earth. Then he betrayed, did that to Eve in the garden. And now, let's go to 2 Corinthians. 2 Corinthians 11. Chapter 11. Yeah, start at 14. Second Corinthians chapter 11, 14. And no marvel, for Satan himself is transformed into an angel of light. So now Satan will cast out him and his angels. And we know through the book of Enoch and in the Bible that when the angels fell, they taught mankind enchantments and stuff like this, and sorcery and witchcraft and all this type of stuff. What they call, you know, showing mankind knowledge or something. You know what I'm saying? I heard a couple of people say that that what God did was say kind of cruel, but what Satan did when he showed mankind this knowledge and stuff like that, it seemed like Satan helped them. No, it was all bad and wrong, buddy. It was all bad and wrong because now Satan fell. God gonna put enmity between Satan's seed and her seed, cause that's the point right there. We gotta know Satan gonna have a seed. You have to understand Satan have a seed line. You have to understand that he have a seed line, and he's transformed himself into an angel of light. Don't forget that Satan can transform himself. If Satan can do it, how about the other angels that fell with him? What can they transform themselves into? You see what I'm saying? So these angels came down and taught mankind enchantments and sorcery and witchcraft and all kinds of weaponized and war and everything destructive to destroy themselves. Okay, we got that part. Now, let's go down to the sons, the Nephilims, what y'all call the Nephilims. You know, the sons of from the giants. I mean, the giants from the fallen ones. Because, you know, they came down and made it with mankind, you know, and all of this. I mean, woman made it with the woman. They saw that they were fair, and they made it with them. That was in Genesis. Genesis 6. Yeah, Genesis 6 and 1. So you can start at 1. And the sons of, and it came to pass when the men began to multiply on the face of the earth, the daughters were born unto them. The sons of God saw the daughters of men that they were fair, and they took them wives of all which they chose. And the Lord said, my spirit shall not always strive with man, for that he also is flesh, yet his days shall be 120 years. And there were giants in the earth in those days, and also after that. When the sons of God came into the daughters of men, and they bare children to them, and the same became mighty men, which were of old, men of renown. And that's where I'm gonna stop at, because that's what happened, right? That's what happened, man. And you can read about the giants all in Genesis, uh, Deuteronomy, Joshua. I mean, it's David. They've been going on with the giants all through the book, and they never left. So that was the point, because and just like in Enoch described in the book of Enoch in chapter 7, when you get to chapter 6, 7, 8, and all that book, Enoch describes what the angels came down and did and taught them enchantments and stuff like that. And, you know, but this is the point. Let's go to talk about the giants, the born. Let's talk about the giants. Let's go to Deuteronomy. Since y'all might think, I've been doing my research, man. And, you know, the giants come from the fallen ones. Deuteronomy chapter 9, verse 1. Let's start at 1. And this is when Moses was living. Moses knew about the giants. They were always giants. Hear thou, art Israel, thou art to pass over Jordan this day to go in to possess nations greater and mightier than thyself, cities great, fenced up to heaven. Another word for heaven is sky. Fenced up to the sky, really. These was people that was great and tall. A people great and tall, the children of the Anakims, who thou knowest, of whom thou hast heard say, who stand before the children of Anak. You see that? They was tall people. They was tall. They were very tall. When they have a fence reached up to the heavens, I'm not saying it was all the way in the sky now, but it had to been that. It had to been tall for them to say reached up to the heavens. You know, it had to been a tall fence. That's what all I'm saying. So, let's go to Joshua. Because even through Joshua, when Moses got through, Joshua Joshua had to fight these giants. We're going to go to Joshua chapter 11 first, verse 21. Let's start at 20. For it was of the Lord to harden their hearts that they should come against Israel in battle. See, because the Lord did it, because the Lord wanted to destroy them anyway. So, okay. It's there in their hearts that they should come against Israel in battle, that he might destroy them utterly, and that they might have no favor, but that he might destroy them as the Lord commanded Moses. And at that time came Joshua and cut off the Anakims from the mountains, from Hebron, from Debir and Anab, and from all the mountains of Judah, and from all the mountains of Israel. Joshua destroyed them utterly with their cities. You see that? Joshua destroyed them utterly with his cities. Constantly. He was getting them. Let's go to Joshua 15. Back again at 15. Let's start at 13. Verse 13. And unto Caleb the son of Jephunneh, he gave a part among the children of Judah, according to the commandment of the Lord to Joshua, even the city of Arba, the father of Anak, which city is Hebron. And Caleb drove thence the sons of Anak, Shisha, whatever, and Ahiman, and Tilma, the children of Anak. And see, this Tilma right there is kind of correlate with one of the fallen angels with Enoch detail that failed Tamuel. You know what I'm saying? He got similar to the name of one of the fallen angels too. So Joshua was on him now. Joshua was on him. Let's go to Numbers 13. why did? Because this is why I say the fence had to been tall. Because it still describes it right here when you go to Numbers 15 with the Numbers 13 verse 32. And they brought up an evil report. This is when they went and did an evil report of the land of the Canaanites to get the land. And they brought up an evil report of the land which they had searched unto the children of Israel, saying, the land which thou have gone to search it, it is a land that eateth up the inhabitants thereof. And all the people that we saw in it are men of great stature. And there we saw the giants, the sons of Anak, which come of the giants, and we were in their own, and we were in our own sight as grasshoppers, and so we were in their sight. You see that? They was in their sight as grasshoppers, and they saw themselves as grasshoppers in their own sight, because they were so tall, and they knew they must have looked like grasshoppers because these people was tall. Just saying, if the fence were fenced up to the heavens, in another word for heaven is sky. I'm not saying that the fence was always in the sky now, but in order for them to describe like that, it had to be some tall ass people. You know, it had to be some tall ass people. And we know these giants and everything. The only thing they was here to do is cause confusion, destruction, and tear up the place and everything. Drink blood, you know, torment the people, because that's all the fallen angels taught mankind. That's my other subject when we dealing with the tree of life, because people be talking about that the Anunnaki came down and engineer mankind. Man, they didn't engineer shit. They didn't engineer nothing. They had sex with these people, with these women. They didn't go in no lab and engineer nothing. With no chemicals or nothing in the lab doing this. No, they didn't. They came down and had sex with the women. And boy, giants, man. What is y'all talking about engineered? They engineered y'all ass how to goddamn fight one another and go to war and do all this other stuff and sorcery. That's what they engineered you to do. They engineered you to go against God. They didn't engineer us in no damn lab. And people can go out nonsense all they want to, though. They can go off nonsense all they want to. That's how people are, though. But, you know, they didn't engineer us in no damn lab. They made it with people. And now you got Satan seed out here with sorcery, with some of our people adopted and carry on to this damn day, doing sorcery and witchcraft on people, doing all kinds of shit and manner of evil. Talking about you getting ahead. You getting ahead by witchcraft and sorcery. Yeah, just like your government. But this is why. Because of, look, check this out. This is why right here. Isaiah, and this what happened. Let's go to 2 Thessalonians. This what happened first. This what happened. This what God did to me, just because you want to follow and do all this stuff too. 2 Thessalonians chapter 2. They want to do it too and follow them just because you think like that too. You want other, and you got, man, 2 Thessalonians, I'll let you know. 2 Thessalonians, start at 3. What would God say to them though, man? We're gonna start at three, read 3 and 4. We're gonna jump down to 8 and 9. All right, let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come, except there come a falling away first, and that the man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition, who opposed and exalted himself above all that is called God, or that is worshipped, so that he as God sitteth in the temple of God, showing himself that he is God. All right, let's jump up to 8. And this is why God is doing this, because he already control everything. God side Israel up in battle just so he can show them he gonna defeat the giants for them. So this is what God did to these evil ass people, including our people too. And then shall the wicked be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit out of his mouth, and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming, even him whose coming is after the working of Satan with all power and signs and lying words, and with all deceivableness of unrighteousness in them that perish, because they receive not the love of the truth, that they might be saved. And for this cause God shall send them strong delusions, that they should believe a lie, that they all might be damned who believe not the truth, but have pleasure in unrighteousness. Ain't that something? Ain't that something? They have pleasure in it. You love doing it. He gave you a delusion, and this is where it comes from right here. Let's go to Isaiah, because you do this right here, Isaiah 47. Because you do this right here. And check this out. This is what's going to happen to you. Because you do this right here too. Because you do this, and it's already happening. Yeah, yes it is. But these two things, Isaiah 47 start at 9. But these two things shall come to thee in a moment, in one day, the loss of children and widowhood. They shall come upon thee in the perfection for the multitude of thy sorceries, and for the great abundance of thy enchantments. For thou hast trusted in thy wickedness, thou hast said, none seeth me. Thy wisdom and thy knowledge it had perverted thee, and thou hast said in thy heart, I am, and none else beside me. Who this sound like? Ain't nobody do this but me. Beside me. I mean, women and niggas too. Who that sound like? But no, don't nobody put God first. That's the point God made. So he gave you strong delusion to believe a lie, and now you're going to have lots of children and become a single parent, widowhood. You become single, and you are going to have massive loss of children due to abortion and what your mindset is on. Your mindset is on. And this goes for a lot of you women too. I got something for y'all too. Your independent old dragstick, but that's another story. Let's stick to this. For why? Why though? For the sorcery and enchantments and all things. Watch this. Let's jump. All right, let's keep reading. and thou shalt know from whence it rises, and mischief shall fall upon thee, and thou shalt not be able to put it off, and desolation shall come upon thee suddenly, which thou shalt not know. 12, verse 12. Stand now. Why would God tell him? He gonna tell him to. He gonna tell you to do this. Stand now with thy enchantments, and with the multitude of thy sorcery within thou hast labored with thy youth, if thou shalt be able to profit from it. I said that from it now. But be able to profit. If so be thou may if so be thou mayest prevail. If so you may prevail then. Though wit art wearied in the multitude of thy counsel, let now the astrologers and stargazers and the monthly prognosticators stand up and save thee from these things that shall come upon thee. Because we know that the fallen angels came down. You can read that in the book of Enoch. When Enoch go to 7, yeah. It's all in chapter 7 and stuff, yeah. When they tell them, they taught them charms and enchantments and astrology and all this type of stuff to destroy themselves. They taught them in a bad way, not the truth and the way of God. Okay, let's go to let me give you another one. Let me see. Let's go to Roman. Now let's go to Rome chapter. We're going in Rome chapter 1, and we're gonna start at in Rome right here. You could pretty much read from 23, 22, all the way down to 30, 32. Cause this is some things what God is naming, and most of it is what the fallen ones taught mankind. Most of it is what, but I'm not gonna start right there. And Paul was given a account on who shall not enter into the kingdom because you're being so wicked and deceived and so wicked and evil. And Paul was given an account in Romans that if you doing these things, you cannot get in. So we're gonna start at Romans 28. And even as they did not like to retain God in their knowledge, God gave them over to a reprobate mind. Like I said, God gave them a delusional mind that they might believe a lie. Yeah, what that was, 2 Corinthians? No, that they might believe a lie. But you know what I read though. I got to go back on my notes to find that, man. Y'all know. But I had to get my notes, man. My mind ain't too good like that. I told you, you know. Seizures. I used to have them, but you know, them seizures are something else, man. Some of them make you lose your memory. Y'all just keep praying for me. That's all I want. But whatever it was, 28. Let's start back over. Romans 1:28. And even as they did not retain God in their knowledge, God gave them over to a reprobate mind to do things which are not convenient, being filled with all unrighteousness. Here you go. Fornication, wickedness, covetousness, maliciousness, and full of envy, murder, debate, deceit, malignity, whispers, backbiters, haters of God, despiteful, proud, boasters, inventors of evil things. You see that? Inventors of evil things. Inventors of evil things. Disobedient to parents, without understanding, covetous breakers, without natural affection, implacable, unmerciful, who knowing the judgment of God that they which commit such things are worthy of death, not only do the same, but have pleasure in doing them. Oh my God. Then you have pleasure in doing them. You like squirming around in your own shit and vomit. You like it. That's amazing. You got people out here that actually like it. Like it. And here go another thing now. And people want to sit here and play with this sorcery and this witchcraft. And this was my main point on this thing. People want to sit around here and play with this sorcery and witchcraft and all this Ouija board and this and that and trying to connect the dead when the dead is not connecting you. Look here, you're not connecting the dead. You're actually connecting to the fallen ones. Playing with your crystals and crystallizing shit and all this shit. Chantments and you're chanting up the fallen ones. These are all you're chanting up. You're not talking to your loved one. You're not doing it. God is not sending them back to talk to you. You're conjuring up demons. When these giants die, just like in Enoch explained this in chapter 19 of his book. When these giants die, they become evil spirits. They become evil spirits and making mankind sacrifice to demons as gods. This is what they're doing. And that's what actually goes on. You conjuring up demons and you're making mankind think, well, the demons are making mankind think that they're talking to God or talking to a loved one. They got you fooled. And people out here think they so smart. Yeah, ain't gonna be a lot of people that doubt it because I know it's people out there that love doing what the fuck they like to do. They gonna come on here and say, yeah, you lying, yeah. That's why these people that drink blood, that's why they be on these social media sites talking about you got to drink blood, they got to do this. Yeah. That's what they was doing. That's what the giant love to do. That's what they all of them love to do. They drink blood. They do all of it. Anything to go against God. God tell you about fat and blood and food. When you read the laws, so anything to go against God, that's the whole point. That's the whole thing. And the point was with the fallen angels that I wanted to discuss with my people was, y'all better stop playing with these crystals and stuff. Think you talking to your loved one and all is your energy. No, it is not your energy. It's God energy. Stop taking God out the picture. Karma. Your karma might come. No, God gonna make that shit come back on your ass. Y'all play too many games and wonder why God got vengeance on the people of the earth. Yeah, clueless. I don't know why anything happening. Wake your ass up. Yeah, cause that's the whole point when you get to Isaiah 47. You know, They taught mankind sorcery and witchcraft and all. Thank God gave them delusion that they might believe a lie and think it's good and this and that and all this. You got people actually think it's good what the fallen angel came and taught mankind. You got people actually think these angels did good. Good God wasn't showing them that, which they wrong. I can explain that on another segment. They are wrong. They confusing. But let's go to check this out. Cause this is what we up against now. It ain't just, you know what I'm saying, flesh and blood. You ain't dealing with that. You ain't dealing with that at all. You know? You got to come up out of that, man. It's a spiritual. It's spiritual. Very spiritual. Very spiritual. I want to go to cause you know what I'm saying. Cause this is what happened. Let's go to uh let's go to Revelation because now we got this 18. Let's go to Revelation 18. Start at 1. Let's start at 1. Cause this is all what took place now. When you had from the beginning the fallen angels fell and made it with the women and buried these giants, they taught mankind whatever stuff they about knowledge or war and stuff, deceit, will, you know, scheming, plotting, raping, bloodshedding, root cutting, everything they taught mankind. This is the result that God is talking about in Revelation. And there's another one I'm gonna give you. What's going on? Revelation, chapter 18. We're gonna start at. Let's start at verse. And after these things, I saw another angel come down from having great power, and the earth was lightning. Great power, and the earth was lightning with his glory, and the cried mighty with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the Great is fallen, and it is falling. It's an angel right now, probably going around across the world and in the heavens realm. Babylon is getting ready to fall. Babylon, it probably is because everything is falling apart. You know, you never know how long it might take. We don't know the time. But, you know, Babylon is falling and is become the habitations of what? What they say? Devils. And the hold of every foul spirit. Do you see that? And a cage of every unclean and hateful bird. For all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication, and the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her. And in the merchants of the earth are waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacy. Because she got a lot of stuff through sorcery and stuff like that. And a lot of nations, other nations, played with it and drunk, and then sat around and kumbaya with it and then got the same treatment, billing off the, you know, God chosen people, you know, that's what this talking about. You know, but it became throughout the process of time, it became a habitation to devil because all these devils, these are Satan's seed. And the whole of every foul spirit. Cause y'all can't stop conjuring up demons and stuff. Everybody playing with witchcraft and sorcery and magic and mediums and doing this type of stuff and tricks, and you know, you got all kinds of weird shit going on. You know, playing with magic, So you got to remember that. Yeah, the world is turned upside down. You meant to tell me the world is turned upside down. I don't give a damn what you say. But that's one of the points. The the earth is filled with all these foul spirits and devils. Can't kumbaya with these folks and people. These are devils. They'll trick your ass. They very deceitful. Playing with politics. You look like a tick that suck the blood out your ass. Just like I'm telling you, let's go to Ephesians. Everybody know where I'm going to. No joke. Shit. Go to Ephesians. I got 6 and 12, because this is what we up against. That's why God telling y'all, you got to put on the whole armor of God. Ephesians chapter 6, verse 11. Put on the whole armor of God, that ye may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood. We ain't wrestling against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. See? You wrestling with spiritual wickedness in high places. And we know where the high place is at. Everybody saying everybody know where it is. And it ain't no secret. So this is what we up against, family. The earth. And then I got one more for you, because this is the main point. This is why. You know, just like I was telling you, you got to remember Satan got a seed, and God put the seed of Satan against the woman's seed, which are the children. Anybody that's trying to come with Christ, with God, understand truth, you know, or get truth, justice. These people go against that. That's what that is. You know, you gotta people, and the majority of the people that's on your site talking about some conspiracy and all that shit, man. These people, they probably with the shit. Tell you the truth, they probably with it. I'm not cursing now. Those are not curse words. But yeah, let's go to Isaiah 14. Cause this is the main point of Satan. This is what Satan wants. When you read Isaiah 14, 12, start at 12. Oh, you can start it. Well, let's start at 12. How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? How art thou cut down to the ground, which did weaken the nations? For thou hast said in thy heart, I will ascend unto heaven, and I will exalt my throne above the stars of God. I will sit also upon the mount of the congregation in the sides of the north. I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. I will be like the Most High. You see that? That is his plan. But God say when you read the next chapter, yet thou shalt be brought down to hell, to the sides of the pit. So that's Satan playing right there. He wants to be like the Most High. He wants to be God. So, you have a seed on the earth that's working for Satan to put him as God, you know. But you people better understand and stop playing with crystals and Ouija boards and sorcery and other stuff. You gotta stop that. That's not good for you. It's not good for you. You're putting demons in your life. You get more demons around you. It's bad for you, you know? Damn late. Yeah. But yeah, it's bad for you. You got to stop that. But yeah, that was my segment on the fallen ones. Y'all get at me in the comments and let me know what y'all think. I done gave y'all so many scriptures on it. Look it up yourself. In the book of Enoch, all you got to read when you're dealing with the fallen angels, well, you probably can read more than that. This is what I got. Start from chapter 6, the book of Enoch, 7, 8, 9. Then you jump to chapter 15, the book of Enoch. Then you jump to chapter 19 of the book of Enoch. And it correlate that with the scriptures I gave you, or you might even find more scriptures. Just, you know what I'm saying? Do your own research. Do what I done told you, because there's a lot of people out there trying to go against what God said. You know, that's the main point. They trying to go against God, turn the truth into a lie. So, yeah, and we wasn't engineered. Do your own research. God bless y'all. All praise to the Most High Yahweh and the Son Yahweh Shai and the Holy Spirit. Keep your head up out there. All brothers and sisters.